Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Michael Kim. I'm a senior analyst here at Zacks Small Cap Research. And today I'm happy to have with us again Steve Snyder, co-chief executive officer of CareCloud, a company that we have followed since the beginning of the year. So CareCloud is a leading technology company providing a comprehensive suite of proprietary cloud-based solutions to healthcare providers across the U.S. And in August, the company announced the acquisition of Medsphere Systems, a business services provider to over 600 small and middle market hospitals across 50 states. So, with that, welcome back, Steve. Great to see you again and really appreciate your time today.
Great to see you, Michael. Thank you.
Yes. So, it's certainly been a busy couple of quarters on the acquisition front for CareCloud. I believe you guys have closed 4 acquisitions since the first quarter of this year. So maybe first, it would be great if you could share an overview regarding your latest transaction this year, Medsphere.
Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to. Again, Michael, thanks again for the invite here. So, as you mentioned, we've closed 4 acquisitions so far year to date. And if we step back even further, since going public back in 2014, we closed a total of more than 25 acquisitions. And in terms of our overall growth strategy, we really view acquisitions as being a key component to it. In particular, in our end of the market, we really see a unique opportunity for us to be able to leverage our global infrastructure and our AI expertise in such a way that really enables us to acquire smaller companies and then to be able to deploy our technology and our team and add value to the overall relationships. But more particularly with regard to Medsphere, as you mentioned, we closed Medsphere back in August of this year. It's the largest acquisition we've done during this year. And Medsphere really brings with it, as you alluded to, both the inpatient acute care solutions together with some ambulatory solutions that provide some additional capabilities for us to cross sell. And also, some of these solutions give us an additional opportunity to be able to pursue some new opportunities in the market. So, maybe just if we step back for a minute, we'll talk a little bit about the overall solutions. So, from an inpatient solutions perspective, the key solutions include a product called CareView, which is really an integrated inpatient EHR that combines clinical, financial, and patient accounting workflows. The second inpatient EHR that was part of the overall suite of solutions that we acquired through the Medsphere acquisition is WellSoft, which is a class recognized, best of class emergency department information system, and also its leverage for behavioral health. Another key component of this overall solution, these inpatient solutions, includes RCM, which is a cloud-hosted revenue cycle management platform and performs some of the same sorts of functions that we perform for customers today on the ambulatory side. But this one in particular is focused on some of the unique workflows and aspects with regard to the inpatient, the hospital based clients. Healthline, which is a supply chain management, inventory management tool for hospitals. And then the final key component of the product solutions for the inpatient space is called Marketware, which is really an analytical platform that's also used for recruiting and also has a PRM component to it as well, which really manages the discussions with providers and manages the relationship management associated with those new providers who they're looking to recruit into the hospital system. So this is the inpatient part of the solutions. From an ambulatory perspective, we also have 2 key products, ChartLogic, which is their ambulatory EHR, which is very similar to the sorts of solutions that we also have in terms of Talk EHR and CareCloud Charts. Really provides a practice management suite that's really clinically oriented with a real focus on orthopedics and some other key specialties in the ambulatory space. And then finally, we have IT managed services, and a key part of the IT managed services and those solutions really are focused on the ambulatory space. They also have a secondary focus in the hospital space. So That's kind of the high level overview. We acquired this company for about $16.5 million, which again, we'd estimate to be within the historical range from a valuation perspective of 1x or less of the ARR of the assets we acquired.
Got it. It's very, very helpful. Appreciate that. And you talked a bit about it at a high level, but just curious if you could talk a bit more about some of the growth opportunities associated with Medsphere.
Sure. Yeah. So I would maybe break up those growth opportunities into two key components, one being the inpatient and then the second being the ambulatory. So from an inpatient perspective, maybe I'd further group them into cross-selling, upselling, and then net new. So if we can talk first about the cross-selling and upselling in the inpatient space, we really see a significant opportunity to be able to roll out end-to-end inpatient revenue cycle management, especially in the critical access hospital space of the market. Those are hospitals with 25 or fewer beds, and also in the smaller segment that kind of goes beyond the critical access thresholds. So we see the significant opportunity in terms of the end-to-end inpatient RCM. Also, with regard to the inpatient RCM, there are other ancillary services like coding and credentialing and handling a segment of the overall revenue cycle management that we also find to be really attractive with regard to kind of further expanding the wallet share in the inpatient space. Also, we talked some about marketware. So some of this opportunity we believe will really come from more deeply selling the existing solutions to the existing customers from the perspective of like marketware going to marketware, and then finding opportunities to be able to take the marketware customer base and to upsell or cross-sell them to the other solutions, even beyond revenue cycle management. And then our AI solutions too. We're excited about the opportunity to really deploy and to more fully integrate our AI solutions across entirety of that software solution base. From an outpatient or ambulatory perspective, again, some of the opportunities are similar, which is really end-to-end revenue cycle management. So we have a customer base who's already leveraging our clinical application and charts logic for all the clinical aspects of running their practice, but there isn't a similar offering that will enable them to really manage the revenue cycle management part of the overall solution. And to the extent that we can take and cross-sell or upsell an EHR only customer and expand that wallet to include RCM as well, we're able to take every $1 of revenue and increase that to probably $2.50 or $3 worth of revenue. So a real interesting opportunity to really meet an existing need that these providers have. Also, another thing in the ambulatory space is the practice management component of the overall offering. So we see a real opportunity to be able to provide a sort of solution that's really a best-in-class type solution like we have and we offer to our other EHR users in the ambulatory space, and also the application that's used by the majority of our existing base, the Talk application, and to use that same PM and the same functionality, and then to deploy that to the same base. And then finally, AI solutions, being able to roll out our AI solutions. With regard to all of these, we're really just focused in this discussion so far on really the opportunities to upsell and cross-sell this existing base, but there's all the same opportunity to be able to sell these exact same solutions as standalone solutions or integrate solutions into the market. And in particular, for the inpatient space, we're excited about the fact that for many of these inpatient opportunities, this is giving us new entry points into the market, into parts of the market where we haven't in the past had a critical mass of relationships. We're excited about that opportunity and looking forward to leveraging that new position in the inpatient space in a way that will be to the advantage of our customers and also to our shareholders.
Understood. Makes a lot of sense. And then maybe turning to your latest acquisition of Map App, just wondering how that might fit into your overall growth strategy.
Great question, Michael. And MapApp is the most recently closed acquisition. We closed that and announced it October 1st. So MapApp is an application that we acquired from a group in the market called HFMA. HFMA is really one of the leading nonprofit membership organizations for hospitals and health systems and with a real focus on the financial leaders in those organizations. They have 140,000 members today. For 80 years, they've been really focused on education when it relates to managing the finance functionality with regard to hospitals, and they provide certification and tools. They're a very well-respected organization, and they've really earned that respect because they deliver a phenomenal product in terms of equipping these hospitals to really be excellent when it comes to managing their overall finance functionality. So MapApp is the application that they have developed, and we were able to acquire this MapApp. It's a hospital benchmarking tool that's used to really measure and to provide analysis with regard to the revenue cycle management performance of those hospitals. Things like denials and the cost to collect and cash acceleration and the like, with the ultimate goal of then being able to position them and to guide them in terms of remedial steps, things that they can do to further improve their overall ability to collect and to avoid denials and the like. So we're particularly excited about this opportunity. And this opportunity, part of it is the acquisition of this application. The other part of it is, which is equally exciting, is really a joint marketing agreement that we've entered into with them. So it's a really robust long-term joint marketing agreement through which we'll be involved in both cross-marketing and cross-selling. Their team members will be continuing to sell together with memberships. They'll continue to be able to sell this MapApp application. And we, on the flip side, will be focused on selling MapApp, but also introducing new providers and hospitals to HFMA. Secondly, from a marketing perspective, we have a whole variety of different things that both parties have agreed to and are excited about, including joint webinars, placement on HFMA's website, conference presence, so booths at their various conferences, helping to lead an annual conference that really focuses on revenue cycle management and the MapApp component of that overall conference and the likes. So we couldn't be more excited about the joint marketing opportunities here. In terms of the coming back though to the application, most fundamentally, we're interested in beginning to really explore how we can incorporate AI into this application. And a second key win will really be building out bidirectional interfaces, which will really help address one of the concerns that they have more in the sales cycle, which is the ability for it to be easily implemented. And then secondly, beyond implementation, to provide an ongoing mechanism to make sure that the data that's being pulled from the hospital's existing EHR system seamlessly flows into the application and provides those analytics. So we've been doing that sort of thing for 20 years. So we're excited to be able to really bring our capabilities to bear in this solution to the benefit of these existing customers. And then by extension, then to be able to significantly expand the universe of addressable hospitals in the market. There are many kind of like top tier marquee names that are using this application, but we really actually see an opportunity in the lower end of the market in particular as well, where they haven't focused quite as much because they haven't had the bandwidth and the capabilities to do that. But we're excited to be able to focus on the lower end of the market in addition to the larger hospitals.
Got it. And then maybe just finally, and I know this has certainly been an area of focus for CareCloud, but just wondering if you could talk a bit about what CareCloud is doing regarding AI and the use cases there.
So for AI, we previously announced our new AI Center of Excellence at the beginning of the year, and we've made really great strides. So you can break up the AI key components maybe into two primary buckets. The first one being really the back office automation. That's the place where clients won't see, at least directly see, the AI, but it's increasingly assisting us with back-end data entry, helping to manage referral flows, eligibility, coding, denials, appeals, things like that. And it's really significantly streamlining the overall kind of back office automation and functions. And again, it will just continue to do that as we continue to develop and to deploy these solutions. On the front end of the market, the second key category would be things like Cirrus AI Notes, which really captures the essence of the clinician-patient conversations and then drafts structured documentation or structured data within the EHR that memorializes that conversation. Once upon a time, that would be done in a patient chart that progressed from a patient chart to an EHR, but the EHR still required a significant amount of data entry. So that was kind of the second phase. Well, this is the third phase of that, utilizing AI to actually capture the essence of that conversation, the essence of that encounter, and then having AI actually populate that chart. I'd say Guide would be another key area, an application that's embedded within our EHR and it assists with real-time data entry and evidence-based suggestions that really uses AI to improve the overall decision-making and also makes the data more easily accessible. So developed summaries and the like for a clinician. I'd say that maybe the third key component of this would really be something that we're going to more formally announce relatively soon, which is really what we call FDA or our front desk assist. And this really is a tool that would enable both hospitals and also doctors' offices to automate inbound calls and handle things like prescription refills, helping to schedule an encounter based upon the availability of the office or the hospital and then the availability of the respective patient. It'll help with regard to ensuring eligibility, processing eligibility verifications and the like, provide kind of triaging with regard to a variety of these other things, and really be the front line of support so that the office staff can really focus on other key responsibilities as opposed to handling these patient calls.
Got it. That's super helpful. This has certainly been great, Steve. Appreciate the time. Certainly seems like you guys continue to be busy on the acquisition front and look forward to continuing to follow the company's progress. If anyone has any follow-up questions, please feel free to contact me at mkim@zacks.com, or you can reach the company directly at ir@carecloud.com. Thanks again, Steve. Thanks everyone for joining in and have a great day.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, everyone.